simple enough, my boy.
Besides, all the other fellas are looking at you.
Well, just remember they're part of it.
Besides, they don't like me.
Who doesn't?
Girls!
My boy, this whole thing is just something you've built up in your own mind.
No, it isn't.
You've got to learn to get along with girls. That's very important.
Hello, Auntie.
Hello, Marjorie. That's one reason why I'm sending you to dancing class, Leroy, so you'll learn to get along with girls. How do you think I learned?
Learn what?
I was trying to explain to Leroy, my dear, that I think it's time he learned to get along with girls. Don't you agree?
I'll say. The trouble with girls, we're all like Marge. That's not true. I mean, what if they are?
Now, just a minute.
Why don't you make her go to dancing school if it's so important? Teach her to get along with boys. Teach her to get along with me. It just so happens, Mr. Leroy.
Never mind, my dear. Your sister gets along with boys very well, Leroy.
Other boys?
I've never had any complaint on that score. She gets along with them too well.
Yeah, show them whose pin you're wearing. Go ahead, show them, I dare you. Leroy.
What's this, my dear?
Go ahead, take off your coat, show them your sweater. Leroy, I could kill you.
Marjorie.
Well, it's nothing to make such a great big fuss about. All the girls are wearing pins.
This pin belongs to a boy, you say? What boy?
Jerry Walsh. What difference does it make who it belongs to?
Marjorie, what's the meaning of this?
It doesn't mean a thing, for heaven's sake. It means they're in love. Oh, be quiet.
Well?
It just means we're going together, that's all.
Return the pin in the morning.
But Auntie always...
Return it to its owner, whoever he is. I thought I brought you up well enough, my dear, to know that a lady never accepts jewelry from a man until after they're married, or at least engaged.
Uncle Mort, that may have been so in your day, but if you know the first thing...
My day? Young lady, the trouble with you is you're boy crazy. I swear that's all you ever think about.
So that's a boy.
I will not have you carrying on with boys. You understand? I will not have it.
Then why do you want me carrying on with girls? You tell me I should go dancing and dancing and don't want me to get...
Oh, don't mind me. I'm nobody. I just pay the bills around here, that's all. I give up. More about the Great Gildersleeve in a few moments. Most women are experienced shoppers of long standing, but grocers tell us that more and more men are doing the family's food shopping now, especially on weekends. Yes, we're quite a choosy lot, Mr. Lang. Don't think we grab just anything we see. In our neighborhood store, the men shoppers often argue plenty about the merits of one food product over another. Well, quick, what have you been saying about parquet margarine? Not much room for argument there, Mr. Lang. We think the flavor of parquet margarine is pretty much all right. Given a choice, I'll pick parquet every time. It's our family's favorite spread for bread. Saves a pretty penny on the food budget as well. Yes, men and women everywhere are talking about parquet margarine's quality, too. Today you'll find parquet the same high quality as always. Fresh and country sweet in flavor. Rich in good nourishment. So next time you shop, be sure to look first for this fare that tastes so good. Look first for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. Now let's get back to the great Gildersleeve, who will set aside the problems of his own niece and nephew to address the Code Teachers Association on theirs. Evidently, his remarks have been well received. Thank you. How was I, Eve? Did I do all right?
Oh, yes, I thought you were fine.
I didn't have an idea in the world till I got up on my feet. Then it just seemed to pour out of me.
Yes.
I never stopped once I got started.
I think a little preparation might have helped you stay closer to the assigned subject.
Huh?
But I'm really very grateful. We couldn't get anyone else.
Well, I didn't know you tried everybody in town.
Oh, it wasn't that. And how the ladies were all crazy about you.
Yeah. They seem to enjoy the little light touches I threw in here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Say, can I drive you home?
Oh, I can't go home yet, Throckmorton. I have work to finish in my office. Just look at all those teachers' reports. End of the term, now.
Well, can't you take this stuff home?
It's much easier just to do it in the office.
Well, I have something I want to talk to you about, Eve. A problem.
Well, suppose you come up to the office, then we can talk there for a minute.
All right. You sure you can carry all that stuff?
Oh, yeah. What's your problem now, Throckmorton? Is Mabel about something again?
How'd you guess, Eve? That's only part of it. It's really very complicated, Eve.
I can't believe that. What do you do? My hands are full.
Oh, sure. If it's unlocked.
No, that's an unlock. Thank you. There. Now, what's bothering you?
You are?
Throckmorton.
Well, gosh, we're all alone.
I don't see what that has to do with it.
Eve, what does a fellow have to do? Give you an apple?
Please, Throckmorton, I've got such a lot of work to do. You just made up all that about having a problem in order to...
Wait up. Eve, I tell you, I've got a real problem. Not only with Leroy, but with Marjorie, too.
What is it?
You sound as if you don't believe me.
I'll let you know after I hear it.
You sure make it tough. Well, it's a problem like this. Leroy doesn't seem to take the interest in girls he ought to be taking. Then on the other hand, there's Marjorie. Absolutely daft on the subject of boys. Isn't that terrible?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
Huh?
I wouldn't try to force them. Just let nature take its course.
Nature, that's no way. What's all this child psychology for?
Well, at some stages, the best and most scientific thing to do is let children alone. Now, imagine if your parents had known that, you might have developed differently.
But Eve, how would you want me different?
Oh, not different, but... Well, where women are concerned, you...
What?
Well, it's hard to express.
Gosh, you just told me I did fine with those PTA women. I did, too. I had eaten on my hand.
Oh, yes, you're fine in that sort of situation. It's only in a more personal relationship that I feel there's something missing.
Sure there's something missing. But every time I lay a finger on you, you shove me away.
That's just it. You seem to think of me, or possibly other women, as... well, just something to grab.
Eve, did I grab you?
Well, not quite.
Well, gosh, you're attractive, you know. Did you ever hear about the moth and the flame?
Throckmorton, you're not a moth. Besides, a woman doesn't want to attract a man just by chemistry. She wants him to respect her, to develop interests in common, to get to know her as a person.
That could take weeks.
I don't think a few weeks is too long to build a real relationship.
I guess it just isn't my style, Eve. I wouldn't know how to go about it.
Oh, now you're just being silly. You could do it very easily. Try to find out what a woman's interested in. Ask her some questions about herself. Assume she's interested in books or politics or music, not just in you.
Oh.
Suppose you asked a woman if she was interested in children's music, and it turned out that she was just crazy about it. Don't you see?
Yeah, I guess so. Darn it. Are you interested in chamber music?
What would know impossible?
What did I do?
Nothing. You're just impossible, that's all.
Well, I must say, you tell me I shouldn't just sail in, you tell me to beat around the bush a while, and when I try it, I'm impossible. What do you want? Gosh, why don't you make up your mind? You sure there's nothing like you're working on? No. You don't want me sitting around here, Petey. Just say so. Oh, we're always trying to have a customer get a thing. That's no obligation to buy. We're looking out today, isn't it? It's January, friend. Country might get it all. Listen, Petey, in your opinion, am I attractive to women? Attractive? Yes. To women? Yes. In my opinion? Yes. Well, that's a hard question for me to answer. I'm not a woman. I know you're not a woman.
Mr. Gildersleeve, how did this question happen to come up?
A certain party is trying to give me the idea I don't know how to handle women. How in the world can anybody say a thing like that?
Well, suppose we take a look at the record.
What do you mean by that?
You're over 40 and you're not married.
Well, what's that got to do with it? I've passed up some pretty attractive women, Peavy. As you well know.
You have?
Certainly I have. I'm too much of a gentleman to name names, but, well, you know, I came pretty close to marrying a certain widow. And a certain school principal, too. By George, I'd forgotten that.
Miss Goodwin been picking on you, has she?
Miss Goodwin has nothing to do with this. A certain party, well, tell me, Peavy, do you think you have to sneak up on a woman?
Oh, well, I don't anything like that.
I don't mean to sneak up on her and say boo. I mean, do you think you have to go through a whole long campaign? How long did you court Mrs. Peavy?
Before or after we were engaged?
But how long before you asked her to marry you?
Well, I guess it was 2 years before I felt I could put the question to her.
2 years? And you were courting her exclusively all that time?
No, I wouldn't say that. Perhaps I gave that impression to Mrs. Peavy. She was Miss Horsefall at the time.
Yes, I know that. So you courted her for 2 years and then you got engaged?
Yes, she accepted a small solitary diamond. We were engaged for 4 years. And then we were married. Been married ever since.
Gosh, 6 years courting one woman. Tell me, Peavy, was it worth it? I said, was it worth it?
Mr. Gildersleeve, and these grass would snow before tomorrow.
I don't know why I bothered to ask you. I don't know why I ever asked you anything. Goodbye.
Is that you, Unc?
Yes, it's me.
Unc is home, Marge. I heard her phone you a while ago.
Glad I missed him.
Yeah. Say, Unc, did you decide anything yet?
Decide anything? About what?
Well, dancing class starts tomorrow.
Don't bother me about that now. I cannot be bothered with your trifling problems.
Hello, Unky.
Good evening, my dear.
I'm going to see Jerry tonight.
Well,
Did you decide anything?
about what?
About his pen.
Confound it, I'll not have you children badgering me about these trifles. The minute I walk in the door, you're after me. Can't you ever decide anything for yourself? I've got problems of my own.
Would you like the evening paper?
I suppose so. Thanks. Gallup poll shows 66% are against eating.
Doorbell, shall I go on?
Yes, and whoever it is, send them away.
Okay.
Evening, Leroy. Your uncle home?
Oh, where are you?
I know he is. I don't know why I bothered to ask. Force of habit, I guess. I just want to see him for a moment.
Yeah, but he...
Leroy, what did I tell you?
Oh, gosh, what can I do?
Evening, Throckmorton. Marjorie.
Good evening, Judge.
Oh, what do you want?
I tried to call you this afternoon, but you weren't in your office.
I know that. What do you want?
I was wondering if you'd care to come to the lawyers' club meeting with me tonight.
No, I've just come from a meeting.
It promises to be a most interesting program. The subject is criminals and heredity. Our town speaker, Judge Fowler from Chicago.
Oh? Why are you so anxious for me to go?
Well, I believe Judge Fowler is interested in setting up a local committee to raise funds.
Oh, no, you don't. I've got a headache. I can think of other reasons if I have to.
I won't pressure you, Gildy. But if you should get to feeling better, say, almost forgot. I've got a TL for you.
TL? What's that?
A compliment. I was down to the library this afternoon. You know that girl at the desk just as you come in?
Miss Fenwick?
That's the one.
A compliment, you say? What did she say?
TL means trade last, Gildy. You have to tell me something complimentary about myself first.
That's no fair, you old goat. Who'd say anything complimentary about you?
Well, that's your attitude. You can just wonder what Miss Fenwick said. It was pretty nice, too. Well, I got along. Goodbye, Leroy, Marjorie. Goodbye, Gildy.